Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Lbtharealist, and this is Surrealistic Studios, where I talk about news, current events, politics, science, so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch gears on to the next one. This is in no way a laughing matter. There's a literal slave trade going on in Libya right now. Yeah. It's happening outright in the street. People are seeing it, watching it, filming it. They don't give a shit anymore. A lot of people attribute it to the ousting of Gaddafi. Ever since they captured Gaddafi and he's no longer the ruler of Libya, it kind of fell into chaos. That's what a lot of people are saying. So the fact that the Gaddafi is gone is one of the main reasons why the slave trade is so prevalent as it is right now today in Libya. So the story is migrants from West Africa, including Nigeria, Ghana, these kind of places, they travel from their native lands to Libya, trying to get to Italy and Europe. And in order to do that, they have to cross the Mediterranean Sea. So Libya just happens to be the best place for them and the closest place for them to depart from Africa to Europe. And in between there's this sea, they call it the Mediterranean Sea, that they got to get past. And that alone is dangerous. There was a report of like hundreds of people that just drown. I mean, they drown all the time. It's a dangerous path. But even to get to the Mediterranean Sea part, they have to go through Libya. And what happens is they go to Libya they go to Libya, and then once they get there or on their way to Libya, a certain situation may occur, such as the driver that they paid to drive them through the desert to get to Libya. He might say, "Oh, well, middlemen didn't pay me the correct amount of money to usher you guys across." So when they say, well, we don't have any more money, or, you know, if they couldn't pay him the required amount of money that he wanted, he would turn around and then sell them into slavery. So I'm not sure how this works, if he had machine guns or big swords or something. I'm not sure exactly how it all went down, but these people are being sold to slavery. So the driver who was supposed to drive them to Libya would actually drive them to like some kind of secluded parking lot where they would hold a fucking slave auction where West Africans are sold for as little as $400 a piece. And they usually, just like the old slave days, they usually go for the youngest and the biggest and the strongest in order to do the most work. And a lot of times these people are described as Arabs. So this is incredible. Like, the story broke on CNN. Apparently CNN was submitted a video. Somebody submitted a video to CNN with this evidence. And it showed, I'm sure you guys have seen the evidence already, or you've seen the video. It's horrible. It's horrible. A lot of times when the people are not sold, they'll try to ransom them. They'll call back homes, or they'll ask for money. And then when they don't get the money from the people's families, they'll sell them off to another facility or location that harbors slaves. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these migrants that end up in slavery, they talk about how there's actually private prisons that they're sent to. And once they reach this private prison, for whatever reason, the ransom money doubles. And then when the families are unable to pay that, then they just go ahead and fucking kill them. And I know you guys have seen that. You've probably seen pictures of them holding, of people holding big rocks, and how the Africans are tied up with their hands behind their backs, and they are all bloody and beaten. They're being beaten with rocks. This is like the most inhumane, fucking barbaric bullshit I've ever heard of. To think that this kind of slavery still, we all know slavery still exists, whether you think you're a slave because you work, you know, 12 to 14-hour days every single day, and you got to work 2 jobs to support your family, or whether you think that prison work is a form of slavery. A lot of you have seen the 13th Amendment on Netflix, where the 13th Amendment abolishes slavery, but still has a clause where it says prison labor or prison slavery is still okay. That's why we have so many people in fucking jail in America. America never stopped slavery. We never stopped it. We just kind of changed the face of it. So these migrants that are coming from West Africa have been telling these stories for a while now. There was a story that broke earlier 2017 in which migrants were telling members of the IOM, which is the International Organization for Migration, that slavery is so prevalent, it's so widespread, and it's so normalized in Libya right now that people are being sold outright in public parking lots. That's why they were able to get this video so easily, apparently. Somebody walked up and filmed it. So these migrants, they're trying to escape war. They're trying to escape famine. They're escaping all of these horrible situations that are going on in West Africa. And they're in search of a better life. And in order for them to do that, they have to migrate to Libya and go through all of this shit just to do it. About, I believe they said more than 180,000 people crossed into Europe. I believe it was last year. And a lot of these people, they're saying that when a slave dies in captivity, like when the family is unable to pay the ransom money and they just kill him, they'll just go ahead and go back and go get another one. They actually have groups set up that captures migrants that are fleeing the captors, that they recapture them after they have already escaped. And they cloak themselves and they parade themselves to be like a human rights group or a group that helps migrants get back home. And they actually recapture them and re-enslave them. This is a very big problem that's going on in Libya right now. And a lot of people are attributing this to the ousting of Gaddafi back in 2011. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And there are a lot of people are saying there's probably nothing that's going to be done about this as well. Like, so we're just going to be okay with slaves in Libya. How much longer is it going to take before that practice starts spreading? You know? You could be sold into slavery. If you're black in America, you take a trip overseas to the wrong place, you get caught up at the wrong time, it could be your ass in Libya. Real shit. And to think that that shit is going on, and it's been going on, and these migrants have been telling us that it's been going on. They've been telling the IOM, the International Organization for Migration, they've been letting them know, the migrants that came back, that escaped, they've been letting people know, but this is the first time that they've actually received evidence. And I guess it's because it's growing so big and it's so normalized right now that they're just doing it right out in open parking lots. Fucking incredible.